Just takes one bad apple.
Shut the fuck up. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blown to Bits, the podcast where we don't really have a topic tonight.
I'm going to leave some of that clapping in.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was a great intro. I loving it. We're off to a great start already.
Yes, I was kind of feeling it. Have you ever watched you know who Hyperkin is?
No.
Hyperkin, they make like the Retron, like all those consoles that play like classic games, like NES games, Super Nintendo games.
Okay, that you could just like use original cartridges and everything for, right?
Yeah.
Sweet.
They do Facebook live streams, and they always start off like dancing and like doing weird stuff like that. Like, I don't know. But they got this super hot chick that's like always on their Facebook live streams. She's really funny to watch too.
Props to you.
Props to you. What was her name? Cecilia?
Where's our hot chick?
I don't know.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. Wait, speaking of hot chicks.
Before you talk about hot chicks, I'm your host, Ryan.
And I'm Adam.
Charlie.
Hey, welcome to the Blown to Bits show.
All
Yes.
right. Tell me about this hot chick.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. I was saying, speaking of hot chicks, when are we going to have another guest? When are we going to have Dustin back?
Yeah, bring that hot chick back.
Actually, Dustin was supposed to come tonight, and I think he's going to come next time, and we're going to try and record like a double feature or something like that.
Dig
with
it.
him.
I
Yeah.
really liked having him on.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy.
He is pretty silly. So this week I've been playing way too much Street Fighter 5, because I suck at it and I'm trying to get better, and now I'm playing a character that I don't even know shit about, and I'm doing okay.
Sounds like you really want a challenge.
I need somebody that is close to me, you know, like in person, not over the internet, because playing over the internet is one thing. Back up, Ryan. You won't play Street Fighter with me.
No, I don't play fighting games.
Yeah, I don't think you...
I don't have fast enough reactions to play them.
It's not as much on reactions as you'd think.
It's a lot of reactions.
I mean, there are reactions in it.
I mean,
yeah.
just think about every time we play like Resident Evil with the reaction commands.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm the one like failing like
Spam
5 times.
A.
You'll fail
That's
like
all you
5
need to
times,
do.
and it'll tell me to like do one at the same time, and I'm over here passing them, and then it'll be like failed, and I'm like, what the?
Yeah, so I don't play fighting games.
I don't know. I just need someone that lives close, though. I need to make a fighting game buddy, you know, that I can just play with, that's kind of on the same level or willing to learn, you know, that would be near the same level as me. You know, I don't want somebody that I'm going to trash all the time. I want somebody that's going to beat my ass, you know.
What about Tristan?
I don't think Tristan would enjoy learning fighting games. I could try.
He might. He picks things up pretty fast.
Yeah, he does.
What would be lesson number 1 in terms of a fighting game?
Footsies.
Like instruction. Footsies.
Footsies.
Yeah, explain some footsies to me.
Okay, footsies it's really hard to define because so many people define it a little bit differently, but footsies is basically where you know the range of your attacks and you're playing back and forth, like walking back and forth, and characters that are generally better at footsies have faster walk speeds. So characters that can move in and out of your hit range, you know, I'm trying to bait you into doing a certain attack so I can hit you when you extend your hurt box by kicking.
Okay.
You see...
I gotcha, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like moving in and outside of the strike zone for
Yes.
baseball to a degree.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And I
Okay.
mean, every fighting game has footsies. It doesn't matter what it is. Even Mortal Kombat has footsies.
No doubt. No doubt. Yeah, that's a term that I've come across multiple times, and I've never really actually had the gumption to actually go and research it. So
Yeah, and then you learn things like hit confirms, where you're swinging with an attack, and you notice, you know, it's an attack that would last a long time, so you would use it twice, like bam, bam, and if it hits, then you're confirming into like a special move, you know.
Gotcha.
Because obviously you don't want to do a special move if they're blocking, because you're going to get whapped in the face.
Right.
But
Get punished.
those are basics, you know, just 2 basics.
And can you play cross-platform for Street Fighter 5?
Yes. You can play on PS4 versus PC. They're both playing on the same servers.
Sweet.
The only downside to that is you obviously wouldn't have any sort of chat.
Right.
Unless, you know, like, say if you got it, you would have to be on, like, Discord on your phone or something chatting with me, you know.
You're right, and that's easily done.
Yeah, very easily done, especially if you have like a Bluetooth headset or, you know, some headphones that work.
Right.
Apple headsets.
No, I just go old school janky and just put speakerphone on my phone. Just set that on the table.
You
Put
could
it
use
on
your
your
it's like right here. Do you remember those mics that they had for a while? They were called tack mics. Did you ever see those?
I don't recall.
They were on your throat. Like it was like a throat mic, and it would rest on your throat, and instead of picking up the sound out of your mouth, it would pick up the
vibration.
Yeah, the vibration, and
Kind
it
of
would
like
know.
the special ops uses.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Sounds like a gimmick, though. Like, they probably didn't have the best quality.
Probably not. It would probably cost, you know, several $1,000s to get one good enough to, you know, work like the militaries do, you know.
Right. And there's a level of training that you would have to do to actually speak correctly through something like that. Because I guess to speak clearly through your throat is a little bit
I guess
different
you've got to speak clearly through your throat.
Well,
maybe like one of those like little kind of robotic kind of things. You have to
I'd imagine
on
that since they use so many, you know, they use so many acronyms and things like that, it probably wouldn't be as hard for them, you know. I got a bogey over here, you know, is a lot easier than saying, I see two guys right here, and one of them's turning left, and, you know.
Yeah, everything's truncated.
It's not like when we play Call of Duty, I'm like, he's over there, he's over there, he's over there. You know?
He's at B.
Yeah, you'd get me killed in real life.
Yeah.
He's behind you!
Turn around! Well, at that point, you'd be done anyway if he was behind you, but, yeah. I don't know. Those throat mics were kind of weird. Sorry, that's all that's up with me. Throat mics and Street Fighter. What have you been playing, Charlie? I saw something on your phone.
I was actually playing a little bit of Sky, which is, I guess it just recently finished up its beta. It was by that game company, which did Journey and Flow and
Ryan's
Flower.
stoked about this game.
Love it. It's really cool. I haven't played a lot of it, but I see so many parallels between this and Journey because you're a singular character who can like fly and float and flutter and chirp, much like any of the Journey characters that you played. It's just set in a, you know, lush green, cloudy, rainy kind of environment versus like the dry, arid scenes.
It's supposed to be fully multiplayer, right?
Yeah, that's.
Are there already
the big
people
thing.
playing that you
Oh
see?
yeah, like whenever I played, like there was at least like 3 or 4 people just like in the little home area that you boot up in.
So in this beta, is it almost like the full game? Can you actually go like on an actual journey, not to, you know?
You can do, like, I played one of the levels on his phone.
Yeah, like the very beginning tutorial level, like you definitely see that there's a castle in the distance that you need to go to. Much like Journey had that giant mountain, this is just a little bit smaller scale. There's like multiple castles that you have to go to, according to
Princess
like
Peach
a
is in another
cutscene.
castle.
Yeah, it seems like very Super Mario-esque, where there's like 7 different castles that you go to, all with like different themes and everything. But it seemed I haven't played a bunch of it, but it would be really neat just to go and like beat these castles with like 3 or 4 other little dudes just floating around with me too.
How do you beat the game? Is it now the objective of the game is not, obviously there's no combat in these games usually.
It's usually just to
Very
get to the
minimal,
end.
at least. It's
Okay.
like very non-confrontational. You just like run away from something rather than actually fight it.
Okay.
At least that's how Journey was.
Yeah, you basically get really high and then just chill.
It's one of those games, kind of like Flower.
It's but the same company.
Yeah,
that
it's
makes
the same
Flower.
company that
So
did Flower.
there's bound to be some puzzles and whatnot, and like maybe some teamwork elements, but I don't know.
For the most part, they make very casual gameplay.
See, now teamwork puzzles sound like it would be a huge mistake for that game. You know what I mean? Like it, because
Like bonuses, maybe. Like
you
teamwork
see
bonus.
somebody doing something and then you could go help them and get a bonus.
Right. Or like, you know, just getting help, like, you know, Dark Souls-esque, like leaving little notes behind, but
Yeah.
you actually see somebody, you know, hurtling over like a
I
wall
think
or
that
something.
was the only thing about Dark Souls that made me keep playing it when I hated that game so much at first was the note system. Where
I don't know about the note system.
you can scroll little notes and it'll pop up in other people's games when they get to that same area and they can read them like on the floor and you can choose to be like they intentionally designed it this way that you can choose to be a jerk or you can choose to be nice and like actually warn someone. So you can be like enemy ahead on the left, or you could be like no enemies ahead, just run straight through.
Yeah.
And there's obviously something
you
waiting.
couldn't like type in your own message. You had to like choose from all these preset like things, which like there was that restraint. So you're like you had to be creative.
It was really, really funny. It'll be like the one that got me was in Dark Souls 3. You get to this church in this one area. It's like one of the first areas you're going to, and you fought so hard to get there, and it's not a bonfire, so you can't save. And this old lady's like sitting in this chair, like in the throne, and the note I read said "snipe her from here," which obviously meant get your bow and arrow out because she's gonna fuck you up if you go up to her. So I got out my bow and arrow and I just decked this lady in the face, and she gets up and runs at me and just murders me. And I had to look it up, and you're not even supposed to fight her. Like you're supposed to go up and talk to her. And so someone just totally got me. I was so mad.
Oh man. That was a great fib.
Oh yeah. Dude, someone totally just jacked me of all my souls. And I'm sure like I don't think they get any points. There is like a rating system for the notes. I remember that. Like people could rate it and be like, okay, this note's bullshit. Like,
but
don't.
All the people that got a kick from the joke probably upvoted.
Oh yeah, probably turned it up. Been like, oh, I know, I know.
We just want more people to get in on this.
I don't know. You didn't like Dark Souls, did you, Brian?
I don't think I ever even.
It was hard for me to get into.
It's hard. That's the point of the game.
I've played similar type games and didn't really like them. I like a little bit faster paced.
Right.
Combat.
It is slow. It's very slow.
Very gradual.
Mm-hmm.
Something you have to invest a lot of time into, which I don't have a lot of time to invest in just one game.
Yeah, if I'm going to invest a lot of time into something, it's going to be like a Zelda game.
I don't know. I like something that has a lot of aspects to it. I love Zelda because it does, especially the new one, Breath of the Wild. It kind of had like a small like town building sim, snuck in there where you're rebuilding that city.
Yeah.
And everything. You don't remember that? There's a little.
I didn't get very far in it before I sold my Switch.
Oh, you didn't? Mm-hmm. There's like once you get about maybe a quarter of the way through the game, you can start doing that.
And then you just basically like start collecting villagers from other towns.
Yeah.
To come to this one city or one little town that this one dude started.
And they'll build up the shop, and you can buy like better stuff from it and everything. It was really cool. I liked it.
It's pretty cool. Final Fantasy 14 is doing that now in one of the new areas.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an old abandoned town,
mm-hmm.
and you basically just donate all your loot that you don't want to it, and eventually they start like opening up new shops and fixing it up.
Okay.
I love it when games do that. Xenoblade Chronicles did that as well. The first one, you could rebuild the city in that one too, but good God, man, you better be ready to grind if you're going to play some Xenoblade Chronicles. Did you ever play that game?
No.
I can't get Ryan to. I wish he would, because I know he would love it if you really gave it the shot it deserves.
I might. I mean, you pushed me to play Risk of Rain. When I finally did, I liked it, so
yeah,
I might.
I don't think there has been a game I've pushed you to play and then you've ended up hating. I can't think of one. Usually when I give you that nudge and you kind of go in, head first.
Yeah, I mean, when these new Switch consoles come out, I'm definitely be getting one of the portable versions.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll end up getting into it and giving it a shot.
I'm going to get one too. They officially, according to reports, this is just according to reports, Charlie.
Rumor and innuendo.
Yes. Have officially began production, like actually like finalized designs.
Okay.
So they're actually making both of the new Switch that have been rumored heavily, which we know are real. There's no way they would be, you know what I mean? But
prove it.
Yeah, there's one that's supposed to be super powerful. It's supposed to up, the clock speed, everything. It's going to be better
faster
graphics.
Loading times.
Yeah. That kind of stuff. And then there's one that's going to be like a light version, which I would imagine maintains the same power as the current
same specs
version.
And everything.
But it's going to be more portable.
Fixed controllers on either
yes,
side.
Fixed controllers. Hopefully,
smaller screen?
Like a flip down. I would be okay with a smaller screen.
I think it might be. I think it's definitely going to be bigger than the DS like XL,
Right.
but
Actually,
it's smaller than the Switch.
If they put the speakers on the side, if you really think about it, they could make the screen, instead of the speakers like right there, they could make the screen a little bit larger without sacrificing, more space. You know what I mean? Because right now the speakers on the current model of the Switch, I believe, are on the bottom. Are they on the
I
bottom?
believe so, yes.
Yeah.
just basically cut out all of that.
Cut out everything. No camera on the front. You don't need that.
Yeah, I can see that.
That would be the perfect size, I think.
I need bigger.
You need bigger?
I would say a little bit bigger.
I
think
would say in
To
between.
get more value, like you're gonna be paying like the same price as like what a Switch costs right now for that, right? It's gonna be cheaper.
Yeah, it's going to be cheaper. They're saying it's going to start at $199.
Okay.
Yeah, now I've got you.
All right, you got my attention now.
Yeah, now I have your attention because this one's going to be...
Have I ever owned two of the same console before? I don't know.
I'm going to.
I might in the future.
I just think it'd be fun, me and Ryan.
There's 3 PS4s in this house right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a PS4 and Randy has a PS4, so I have never purchased like two of the same console for my own enjoyment.
But have you purchased a console and then purchased a game that you already owned on another console just because you also wanted to play it on that other console?
Borderlands.
Borderlands and maybe Skyrim, I think.
Yeah, Skyrim. Do you own it on the Switch?
No, I don't own it on the Switch. No, it's like Xbox 360
Do you own a Wii U?
and on PS3. Huh?
Do you own a Wii U?
No, I never owned a Wii U.
Oh, okay, I was
Yeah.
going to say, if you're buying Switch games, you're rebuying some Wii U
No,
games.
no, I understand that.
Yeah.
Most definitely, but no, I don't think so. I had a PS2 after the fact.
You play PS2 games on PlayStation Now. On your
I do.
PS4.
Yes.
That's not the same.
That's
It's not the same, but it's pretty close.
no.
It's pretty close.
No, it's getting to a degree where we're going to start having like libraries of video games that we can just access at any time. Like the Stadia is going to be like one of those.
The Stadia is supposed to be the
Instances.
start of that.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just going to be like, all right, so it's going to be like a subscription service. Like Netflix is going to be Nintendo, and Hulu's going to be Xbox.
Yeah.
HBO is going to be like the third party whatever's the Epic Games of sorts. So
I'll start buying into these subscription services more when things become more compatible with each other. You know what I mean? As it stands right now, if I want to own a PS4, I should be able to own a PS4, but if the same game comes out on multiple consoles, I should be able to play it with, PC and Xbox One.
yeah.
My thing with all of these subscription-based is in a year, there's only a handful of games that I actually look forward to and play.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times it's cheaper. I mean, it would be cheaper just to buy the game.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, the Xbox Game Pass on PC is only $4.99.
Yeah, but I don't have it
Yeah, but I mean that's a good deal.
because I can't get off of Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I got both my kids, the older kids, 3DSs. So how many DSs are in this house now? 1, 2,
Oh, like
3,
6.
4, 5. Yeah.
There's like 6 because my wife, Abby, and you, Tristan, and Luna. So that's 6 DSs in the house right now. But all 6 of us could actually play Mario Kart together if we could find the time. It supports up to 8 players.
It's a damn
didn't
shame
know
you
that.
haven't already.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it does 8.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought DS was pretty much just 4 players.
You would think, because that's pretty much most games only support 4 players or less.
I think Tristan would beat me now. He's been practicing.
Oh snap!
When he first got his DS, me and Adam kind of crushed him.
Yeah.
So
that was funny.
He kind of threw some time into it.
He's on a vendetta.
Yeah.
Right on.
I've been thinking about doing Fantasy Life again. I just re-downloaded it, so
I wish it was more multiplayer.
it is up to 4 players.
Well, I mean, you can go on missions and stuff, but like to be actually like co-op, like full co-op.
You can do everything together in that game.
Can you?
Yeah.
What am I thinking? I'm thinking of Ever Oasis.
Ever Oasis had no co-op, unfortunately. It should have.
I'm thinking I'm an idiot.
Well, no,
I
that's...
don't know either of these
But
games.
Ever Oasis...
Fantasy Life, you need to bring your DS over. It's probably the best DS game I've played in a long time.
It was our favorite.
Like RPG?
Yes.
Or okay.
It's like if you took Animal Crossing and mixed it with Secret of Mana.
Okay.
So you're building things. There's multiple different lives that you can take on. Like you can
Classes.
they're classes. Well, they call them lives because some of them are crafting. Like some of them are like a tailor, and it's like a mini game you play, and you can like make armor.
Okay.
There's fishing, wood cutting.
The world's huge.
Yeah, it's really big for a 3DS
And you can do a
game.
lot in it too. So
Yes, it's got a good story mode. We never did play the DLC, and there's a whole island DLC, like a pretty large DLC from what
I guess throw it on mine.
Yeah, might as well.
Is it as casual as Animal Crossing is?
No.
Animal Crossing is like the most casual game in the world.
Yes.
I don't think you could get more casual.
Yeah. Now this one has combat,
Right.
but I mean it's fun, easy combat.
Okay.
Easy to learn, but enemies will still jack you up if you're not equipped and paying attention.
Fair enough. But is there like a timeline to like actually progress through the story, or you can just
No,
No.
you can do whatever you want.
okay?
If you want to
If
take
I
a
wanted to
break and spend
concentrate
like
on
2
my own
days,
homestead and just like do
Yeah.
all that stuff.
I
could
mean,
just do that.
I'll spend a whole day just going out killing enemies and gathering materials to craft.
chopping down trees,
Yeah,
you can do whatever you want.
Cool.
fishing.
And it even has a housing system that's very similar to Animal Crossing. Like you make your own house and you place things almost exactly like you would in Animal Crossing in your house.
Okay. Does sound like a fantasy life.
It is. That's exactly what it is. And there was actually a sequel to it that was mobile
Fantasier
only.
life? What was it?
Yeah, there was Fantasy Life 2, and it's mobile only.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Silence your phone.
I'm sorry.
I didn't silence mine either, so it's okay. If mine goes off, everyone's going to hear it.
Boo. Whatever.
So bring your DS over and we'll hook you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do the stuff. We'll give you the works.
Suit it up.
I'll do what I did to your SNES Mini.
Booyah. And that was just completely legal.
Totally.
Yes.
I don't think the FBI listens to our podcast.
Not yet.
Hey, they'd have a lot of people to go after if they were going to go after someone for that.
Right. Not
For
3
what?
guys in a basement.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
I'm talking about what I was gonna buy with this.
But it's not here.
20 packs of candy cigarettes.
Nope, this is beer money for Friday now.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
That's like 4 beers.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's not a lot
Casual
of beer at...
That's all I got, guys. I got bills to pay, mouths to feed.
Right? Which leads to no beers in your belly.
Well, they have a can of beer you can get at, there. It's like, what is it, like 3 something?
Nate's talking to his boss about bringing in some cheaper beers, not like PBR and like
Right.
what everybody else does, but his boss wants to bring.
Cheap beers
Some
from
cheaper,
around
awesome-
the world.
Well, he understands that people are not coming because they don't want to spend $40
Yeah.
on their
I mean,
tab.
it's a cool place to hang out, and if you're on a budget, it's not your fault necessarily.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're on a budget, you should be able to go in there and spend $20, on something that doesn't cost them as much to serve.
Right.
And you're still going to tip. You know what I mean? That's good for, you and good for them.
Yeah. Anyone that's listening, if you want to come hang out, Adam and I will be at the public house on High Street
Yep.
Friday night. Hopefully Charlie will make it if he's not
I'll
working.
make it out a little bit later, perhaps.
Charlie will be there. He's always there.
This new job has got me working later hours. I like it though.
I don't know. I can't wait to go. I love that place.
It's cool.
It's so indie.
I wish they would put a better stain on their tables and their walls.
What?
It's like the stain that they have. It's like that 90.
Such a weird thing to be bothered by.
It's like that. It's like this stain, man. It's not cherry enough.
It's like that stain that was really popular in the 90s.
What?
I don't like it. It needs
Like
to be
you see a plethora of this stain, like in the log cabins in Sevierville or something. Or
I just want a darker stain.
I got
Give
you.
me like
Man, here I am walking into this place. I thought it looked pretty great. I was like,
does
this
look
is
good.
cool.
No, it's,
You never went to the Blue Tick Brewery though.
No.
That's what I liked.
No, I never went there.
Okay, I can understand that.
The Blue Tick Brewery, they actually tore down a barn and built all the furniture and the walls and stuff from that barn wood.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. So that's what they need. They need a darker stain, something like that.
I don't know. The lights are always so dim, and plus I'm colorblind to a lot of colors, so maybe I just don't see it the way.
Right now it looks like this. It needs to look like that.
Why don't you say something?
Can I stain all your wood?
I'll do it cheap.
I don't think you could. It's got like a lacquer on it.
It looks like it does. Yeah, I was about to say.
You got to sand that down.
At least get new tables. Get some hipster looking tables, not some yard sale looking tables.
I'd be real curious as to what their budget is.
I mean, their tables look like something that like you would find old people
made out of a door.
No, it'd be like old people playing bingo on.
Okay,
I guess I could see that.
Fair enough.
Or maybe rummy.
Yeah.
Right.
Old people
That's not
playing
necessarily
rummy.
the vibe that you want for a public house.
Yeah,
of sorts.
They need something like I tore a barn down and built this with my bare hands.
And
Yeah.
beer.
You know, some guy in a flannel vest with the flannel shirt with the sleeves ripped off built it. But you got to have the beard down to here.
Ah, you shaved it off.
What's the longest your beard's ever been?
Probably about as long as Ryan's.
Okay.
Maybe.
Cool.
Yeah, it doesn't. Once it hits about that length, it kind of stops growing as much. Like it doesn't really. I don't think I'm one of those guys that could have a beard like down to here or anything like that.
No ZZ Top.
No.
He hit terminal length right there.
How far does yours grow? Does yours stop about there?
You got pretty long.
It got pretty long, and it was still growing too by the time I cut it off. Like with the job I got right now, I would love to, but probably couldn't.
Yeah.
I have to look semi
Right.
clean at my job, considering I make everybody else look clean. I'm pushing it right now with my beard and long hair.
Has your boss said anything?
No, I mean I can do it. I can look however I want,
Yeah.
but my hair needs to get long enough to where I can actually like do something with it at work.
You put it in that man bun. The man bun looks alright.
Yeah, it's not quite long enough though on the side, so I get these like long
Little
pieces
phrase
that
out.
are like.
What's wrong with those pieces? I like
That's
those pieces.
darling.
Yeah.
You.
This is the perfect
cute
word
little
to
curls.
describe it. Darling.
Yep, we gotta go.
All right. Thank you guys so
Aw.
much for listening. We appreciate every single one of you. As always, you can find me on Twitter at Talleon. That's at TALLEEON. Charlie, Ryan, where can y'all be found?
Charlie here at shunt_trip is my Twitter. Cool.
Yeah, everywhere else.
Everywhere
same
else,
thing.
yeah.
Spotify.
Music.
Yeah, you can find me at the Public House on Friday.
Woohoo!
I'll sign your forehead.
He might take a really nice picture of you too, if he has his camera. No pressure.
Probably. I
More
take it
likely.
everywhere. Every time I leave the house.
Sweet. Bye.